in chapter 15 of the screenplay. Um,
Chapter 15, the musical.
chapter 15, the musical. There you go. Art,
Oh no.
magic. Color, none. Symbol, horror. Technique, hallucination. I genuinely have no idea what that means. The annotations give it for every chapter, but has not like explained what it means.
Yeah. Um.
Brandon, would you like to take a guess?
Right. A locomotive. The locomotor apparatus, according to Bang, is just the part of the skeletal system. What does the moving? So like the tendons that wiggle your bones.
Okay.
Uh.
Okay. I'm with you
Art
so
of
far.
art of magic. Art being magic. Let's come back to that.
Well,
Uh,
Cersei is the magician, witch,
yeah.
wizard, witch,
So I
warlock.
assume I don't know. The magic here might be the magic of whoring.
The real magic is the whore we fucked along the way. I mean, symbol whore. Like, okay, I figured that one out.
Yeah. No, apparently there's no color through line here. There might have been some in other chapters. If you can
Yeah, all
find
the
them,
other
that's
chapters have listed a color.
a color.
Yeah.
I'll take their word for it. Uh, I guess technique would be the literary style, a hallucination, and which then has its own footnote. Uh, then it's sort of written and it starts referencing a lot of older literature in the style of like dream poems and fantastiques, which is a style of music, uh, which was effectively what people did back in the day to like write down whatever weird dreams that they had, induced or by substances or other. So he's chosen to express all this in the form of a play, which is the style of play, sort of fantastique
Uh huh. Uh huh.
plays were very popular in France in the Victorian times, as this theater was becoming more and more expressionistic, in contrast to the other prevailing style of naturalism and realism that had come and was popular in other parts of Europe. So we've got all of this very, very serious theater drama going on. Uh, and James Joyce has seen all this and he's like, I will put this in a whorehouse.
According to the
Uh,
annotations, in the
because
Lunati
James Joyce,
schema, Joyce listed La Orca antropophoba as the sense of the episode. It is not clear whether Joyce's Italian intended antropophago, man-eating, or anthropophobia, anthropophobia.
the fear of other
Thanks
people.
for translating that one.
Yeah. Uh,
No, no, no.
yeah.
I hope it's man-eating, because that's cool. Anyway,
Uh,
let's get in the chapter here.
yeah.
So we're gonna try and just do a live reading of this and see how it gets us.
How
Um,
long is this chapter?
haven't
Don't
even
ask
checked.
that question. Do not
Cool.
ask.
But what I can tell you is that there's not that many chapters left, but there is a lot of pages left.
Hmm.
So the chapters are getting
Long.
long.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Hmm.
This might be another multi-parter then.
Oh, absolutely. There's no way in hell we're gonna get through all of this, especially if we're reading it all out loud instead of just skimming through and remarking on the funny dick jokes.
Yeah, because it's hard to do that when it's broken up in between dialogue, the spoken dialogue, as it is again written as a play, and I guess stage direction and
So, I mean, you say
description.
stage direction, but there's like these massive paragraphs, right? If just looking at it,
Well, I guess it's be the action, the non-spoken action.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm trying to remember if we read any this type of fantastique plays in school, and I think we read the naturalist dramas, but we didn't read any of the more fantasy-driven stuff. So I am in unknown literary territory here.
Oh no, we've lost
Uh,
our guide.
uh, but sort of think of it like Fantastique is sort of like the theater equivalent of like your supernatural gothic, but just in play form. So lots of people dying dramatically, lots of pale skin.
Is this
Um,
like Phantom of the Opera aesthetic?
Not as pulpy, but definitely pulling from that.
Is Phantom of the Opera
Uh,
pulpy?
the original novel was a dime novel. Gaston Leroux tried to treat it as a great work of literature, but it's very pulpy. Lots of like I'm a tortured soul screaming from the hilltops all the goddamn time. The Broadway show kind of taps into that melodrama, Victorian melodrama, by like having them break into song. But no, the original novel is very pulpy and melodramatic.
I mean, I have to admit, I haven't seen /read/watched either, so I don't know.
And I've only seen like the silent movie Lon Chaney version from the 20s.
Of course you
Because
have.
I have.
Of course. No explanation needed.
Yeah. But all of this talking again, we haven't actually started the
Yeah. All right.
story
Let's
yet
get
because
into this here.
I
So
am afraid.
so I'm gonna just start reading. And if anyone wants to just take a roll, just snag that thing. And I'll keep a list if we forget, because we have to be consistent with who read what line, or it ruins the immersion, right? I
Maybe we
do
should make a
think that
table.
most of these characters at the beginning never show up again. So, anyway, the
Tag yourself.
Mabbit Street, The Mabbit
Yeah.
Street entrance of Nighttown, before which stretches an uncobbled tram siding set with skeleton tracks, red and green will-o'-the-wisps, and danger signals. Rows of grimy houses with gaping doors, rare lamps with faint rainbow fins, round rabaiotes, halted ice gondola stunted men and women squabble. They grab wafers, between which are wedged lumps of coral and copper snow. What? Sucking.
Okay,
they
so we're in
What?
Bloodborne.
Sucking, they scatter slowly. Children. The swan. The swan comb of the gondola, high reared, forges on through the murk, white and blue under a lighthouse. Whistles call and answer.
Wait, my love, I'll be with you.
Round behind the
Behind
stable.
The stable.
Alright, Brad, I'm putting you down for that one.
Well, it was plural, so I assume that's sort of multiple people at once.
Kithog, salute.
What's a kithog?
Fuck if I know.
Anglicized Irish, a left-handed person.
Huh.
Really.
Yeah.
Is that a slur?
Oh
You're
no!
gonna get demonetized.
That makes me the idiot! Damn it! I have a question.
Yes.
What the fuck is that word?
Code.
Groot.
Anglicized Irish. Where?
The idiot's line. Groot.
Oh, Alex,
God.
don't forget to change your
Yes,
stream
yes.
name.
Let's take a look
Oh,
here.
this is some good dialogue. Is gobbing a word? Is that an actual word?
Gob on the
Is-
haters.
Is this just a bunch of kids making fun of the village idiot? Is that what's going on here?
Oh yeah, the annotations have nothing.
Okay, then I'm gonna
until we get
assume
to the
that's what
line
it is,
costs.
because they're like, hey, lefty, salute, and then the idiot salutes, and then gurgles. Groot.
Oh,
That's
cool.
you.
Where's the great light?
Gaggast.
So we're 2 seconds into the red light district. We're hearing some whoring. We've got kids making fun of
The mentally disabled.
The mentally disabled, which is par for the course for children.
Why are the kids hanging out by the whorehouse?
What? To
Why
make
wouldn't
fun of
you?
the disabled. What else do you do
why
on a Saturday
is
night?
why is the idiot hanging out by the whorehouse?
What else is he gonna do? He may be stupid, but that doesn't
I don't
make
know.
him not
Doesn't he have
horny.
like paste to eat or something?
Are we just gonna skip this stage direction?
Uh,
The big chunk
hold
of
on.
stage direction
Hang on. Sorry, I
got
had
this
to.
'cause it's some good mood.
Nick helpfully reminded me to update the stream title from Amnesia
Yeah.
to not Amnesia.
I mean, don't, I mean, this could be an amnesia level.
Ulysses: The Dark Descent.
Ulysses, a
I
machine
see
for
it.
pigs.
It works.
They release him. He jerks on. A pygmy woman swings on a rope slung between two railings, counting. A form sprawled against a dustbin and muffled by its arm and hat snores, groans, grinding, growling teeth, and snores again. On a step, a gnome, totting among a rubbish tip, crouches to shoulder a sack of rags and bones. It's the Rag and Bone Man!
Rag and
I-
Bone.
So my only familiarity with the Rag and Bone Man comes
Aren't
from
they
the
a local
RuneScape
band?
character, the Rag and Bone Man,
Everything can be found in Ulysses.
and RuneScape.
I
RuneScape
could've
really is
sworn
the
they're
Ulysses
a
of
local,
old
They're
MMOs.
like a local band or something too.
A crone standing by with a smoky oil lamp rams her last bottle in the maw of his sack. He heaves his booty, tugs askew his peaked cap, and hobbles off mutely. The crone makes back for her lair, swaying her lamp. A bandy child, asquat on the doorstep with a paper shuttlecock, crawls sidling after her in spurts, clutches her skirt, scrambles up. A drunken navvy grips with both hands the railings of an area, lurching heavily. At a comber, two night watch. What? Huh? Oh, at a wait. Is that supposed to say corner?
I think he's writing it in the Irish dialect. Like it's one of those things where he's writing if it was being spoken,
At a
even though these are stage directions.
At a corner,
It should not be
comma,
spoken.
two night watch in shoulder capes, their hands upon their staff holsters. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say corner, and like
Just
the kerning
possibly
was just bad enough to turn it into an M. I don't know. All mistakes are
just
divinely
mistranscribed
inspired.
to the OCR went wrong.
Yeah. I have no idea. Their hands upon their staff holsters loom tall. A plate crashes. A woman screams. A child wails. Oaths of a man roar, mutter, cease. Figures wander, lurk, peer from warrens. In a room lit by a candle stuck in a bottleneck, a slut combs out the tats from the hair of a scrofulous child. Sissy Caffrey's voice, still young, sings shrill from a lane.
Oh,
So we've got a very very moody kind of setting that's been established here.
I like the combination of clink, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got the
slapstick
sound
happening
effects.
off-
So what do we have here? Right, we got the children bullying the idiot.
Mhm.
A pygmy woman swinging on a rope.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's like a hammock or something.
Counting.
Like a jury rigged hammock.
I don't.
between, like,
I
fire
don't know
escape
what
rails.
that's supposed to mean. Some dude sleeping by the trash can. A gnome.
He's getting out of Ganell.
The Rag and Bone Man. The Rag and Bone gnome.
Oh no.
D&D character.
A crone with an oil lamp. Child. Drunk guy. Night watch on the corner.
Yeah, 'cause
On a
cops.
comber. Sorry. Plates crashing, women screaming, children crying, men swearing. Ominous figures lurking. And a slut
Yeah.
combing the hair of a scrofulous child. And Sissy
And-
Caffrey.
Singing.
I gave it to Molly because she was jolly. The leg of the duck. The leg of the duck.
Signs on you, hairy arse. More power the cabin girl.
Hold on, Nick. You skipped the fart. We gotta
really?
read the action here.
Oh, right.
Private car in Private Compton. Swagger sticks tight in their oxters as they march unsteadily right about face and burst together from their mouths a volleyed fart. Laughter of men from the lane. A hoarse virago retorts. All right,
Signs on you,
virago
hairy
retort.
arse. More power the caravan girl.
What's a
Cabin girl.
What's a cabin
rather.
girl? Annotations got anything about that?
It's cheer for a wild one. because from a Dublin point of view, County Cavan to the northwest was where the wild people lived.
Uh-huh.
When I Google search it, brings up a song by a band called the Dubliners.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. Wait, isn't Dubliners
Previous
the
collection of
prequel
short
to
stories.
Ulysses? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's literary nerdcore,
Oh no!
but like with like
Should listen to
acoustic
it next time.
instruments.
The
so,
only
like,
thing
you
I hate
know-
more than nerdcore is people who read books.
Yeah,
More
but it's gonna be
luck
all
to me.
acoustic, so-
Nerds.
Cavan,
sound-
Cootie Hill, and Belturbet. I gave it to Nellie to stick in her belly. The leg of the duck. The leg of the duck. Private Carr and Private Compton turn and counter retort. Their tunics blood bright in a lamp glow. Black sockets of caps on their blonde cropped poles. Stephen Daedalus and Lynch pass through the crowd close to the redcoats.
Hey, wait for the parson.
What ho, parson?
Hang on, I'm writing this down. Give me a second. And in. And Drew. Her voice soaring higher. She has it! She got it! Wherever she put it! The leg of the duck!
Oh, you're a real VTuber now. Look at you.
This is a euphemism, right?
I
The annotation said the origins of these body rhymes are unknown. We have unknown body rhymes, folks.
Stephen flourishing the ash plant in his left hand. I believe an ash plant is like a walking stick.
Yeah.
Chance with joy. The introit for partial time. Lynch, his jockey cap low on his brow, attends him, a sneer of discontent wrinkling his face. Alright, Steven, I'm
that's
pretty
you,
sure, is
Latin.
going to be one of those recurring characters, for
Yeah.
sure.
Got some Latin here, so.
Alright, Brandon, you're up.
Vidi, yeah. Vidi aquam agritientium de templo alla terra dextro, hallelujah.
The famished
He's-
snaggle tusks of an elderly pod protrude from a doorway. They make her sound like a fucking elephant. Do the annotations have anything on the Latin there?
Yes. It's a long one, but it's how you start mass.
Oh, okay.
It's what you say to invoke holy time to invoke
So,
the mass
when
and you start things off.
When Steven speaks Latin, he's either quoting the Mass or it's some hilarious thing like,
Yeah.
I want to see a penis.
Yes. So I assume he's mocking the whores by quoting mass at them.
This is a thing that he does a lot, right? Like, if you recall, way back in Chapter 1, Chapter 1 starts out with him doing, like, a parody of the Mass,
Yeah.
where he's carrying the bowl of shaving cream. There's several other times he's done this, although I can't recall any specific examples off the top of my head.
Come here, I tell you. Maidenhead inside.
Maidenhead
Altius
means pussy, right?
aliquantulum, Et omnis ad quos prevenit aqua istra.
So, I'm imagining, like, Stephen, like, chanting Latin and, like, holding up a crucifix as he walks past the whorehouse. While, like,
Effectively,
be
it is,
gone
because this
thought,
is-
the power
this
of
is-
Christ compels you.
To
As
an
the
extent,
whores
yeah,
are,
'cause
like,
this-
trying to lure him into sin.
Yeah. 'Cause, the annotations go on. This particular introduction to the Mass is for the Easter Mass, which is, resurrection and how you absolve yourself of sins.
Uh-huh.
The translation is, I have risen and I am with you once more, alleluia. You laid your hand upon me, alleluia. You have shown how wonderful is your wisdom, alleluia, alleluia. Lord, you have proved me and you know me. You saw me when I went to my rest and you saw me rise again. It's intoning what Jesus allegedly said as he walks out of the sepulcher after being resurrected on the third day. So he's trying to cleanse himself of the sins, either because he's about to commit some very bad sins, or he's trying to make the horse go away.
So, I'm
So,
pretty
the-
sure
the-
he's
the-
not
the chief
trying to
corner-
banish the thoughts, because, like,
No, but he
him and the
might be
boys
trying to
are
banish the
going
cheap
to the
thoughts.
whorehouse.
Yes, but these are the corner thoughts who are like the $5.
Oh, these are,
fuckers.
yeah,
They're trying to
these
get
are
to
like the trashy outdoor thoughts.
Yes. So
Got
they're
it.
trying to-
Got it.
yeah,
All right.
You want the quality puss.
The
Trinity
Maidenhead.
Medicals, fallopian tube, all prick and no pence. Eddie Boardman, sniffing crouch with bird of the
Hold
supple,
on,
draws her
I'm
shawl
having a
across
moment
his
here.
nostrils.
Yeah.
Imagine the whore on the street corner is just like, hey man, I got some fallopian tubes. That's my favorite part of the woman, right? The fallopian tube.
I think she's insulting him for like quoting all this Latin, and it's like, you fancy bastard.
Oh,
you-
I
you-
get
you-
it. So
like,
he's
because,
like,
oh,
he's
he's a
speaking
doctor.
Latin, and she's like,
he
I
must
know
be a
some
doctor.
Latin too. Watch this. Fallopian tube.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think you're so smart because you went to like medical school, because, yeah, that sort of shit.
And Eddie
Just
Boardman's
taking
here
Eddie.
too. Where did Eddie
So
Board?
funny.
Why is Eddie and Sissy here?
Don't ask questions.
Right? Do they still have the kid with them?
That'd be funny as hell. That'd be good. Like, make it a family.
They brought him into the red light district to make fun of the disabled people.
Oh, the kids are the children bullying the idiot. I got it. And says the one, I seen you up, faithful place, with your square pusher. Isn't Square Pusher a musician?
Square Pusher. I'm not going back. The Square Pusher annotation is C chapter 8. I'm like, I'm not.
I
scrolling
hate when they
back
do
there.
that. I'm pretty sure Square Pusher is one of those. Yeah, he's one of those early, like IDM musicians.
That's surely what they're referencing here.
You know, it's pretentious enough to work.
His genres are listed as intelligent dance music, drum and bass, and jazz fusion.
Is that what IDM stands for?
Yeah, intelligent dance. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah,
It's
for people who wanna
probably the
dance with
worst
their
name for
brain.
any music ever. And like no one who actually like produces or consumes IDM likes the name, but it's stuck.
Yes.
The greaser off the railway in his come to be hat? Come to
Yeah.
bed hat. Oh, okay. Come to bed hat. Did you, says I. That's not for you to say, says I. You never seen me in the man trap with a married Highlander, says I. The likes of her. Stag that one is, stubborn as a mule. And her walking with two fellows the one time. Kilbride the engine driver, and Lance Corporal Oliphant.
Mm-hmm.
Steven.
All right. Make sure. Okay. Triumphaliter salvi facti sunt.
But what does it mean?
They put the stage directions in Latin too.
Yes, that triumphantly, and they are made whole, saved.
He flourishes his ash plant, shivering the lamp image, shattering light over the world. A liver and... Huh? A liver and...
Liver.
Liver? Liver.
No, it's liver.
Don't do that to me. A liver and white spaniel on the prowl slinks after him, growling. Lynch scares it with a kick. No, don't kick the dog. So that...
So that gesture, not music, not odor, would be a universal language. The gift of tongues rendered visible, not the lay sense, but the first entelechy, the structural rhythm.
Pornosophical philotheology. Metaphysics in Mecklenburg Street. Fallopian
have
tubes.
We have shrew-ridden Shakespeare and henpecked Socrates. Even the all-wise Stagirite was brittled, and mounted by a light of love.
Bah.
Anyway, who wants two gestures to illustrate a loaf and a jug? The movement illustrates the loaf and jug of bread or wine in Omar. Hold my stick.
Damn your yellow stick. Where are we going?
Lecherous links, to la belle dame sans merci. Georgina Johnson ad diem qui latificat tuem meam.
What does it mean?
Getting there. I have to keep flicking back and forth between the text. The foreign language there is the beautiful woman without pity. It's referencing the idea to experience. They're going to experience some transcendental love. It's a reference to a poem about a woman who uses this power to rob people of youth and vitality.
I think I remember transcendental love being mentioned earlier in the book.
Probably. Got lots of syllables. It was probably there.
Alright, where are we? Damn your yellow stick. Where are we
The thing
going?
is, I'm seeing Lynch and I'm reading it in my head in like weird intonation of David Lynch.
Where is the jug of bread? Oh wait, hang on. Stephen thrusts the ash plant on him and slowly holds out his hands, head going back till both hands are a span from his breast, down turned in planes intersecting, the fingers about to part, the left being higher. What is he, casting a fucking spell? Lynch. Which is the jug of bread? It skills not. That or the custom house. Illustrate thou. Here, take your crutch and walk. They pass. Tommy Caffrey scrambles to a gas lamp and, clasping, climbs in spasms. From the top spur he slides down. Jackie Caffrey clasps to climb. The Navy lurches against the lamp. The twins scuttle off in the dark. The Navy? What is... I'm assuming that means, like, sailor in the Navy, right? What is a Navy?
Probably. And I'm pretty sure it's.
I'm gonna give it a
it's
quick Google here. Navy. Huh. No. It's not. Navy, short for navigator, refers, it's slang for a laborer employed in the excavation and construction of a road, railroad, or canal.
Huh.
So it's a construction worker. The Navy lurches against the lamp.
It's Jackie, instructors local 610.
The twins scuttle off in the dark. The Navy, swaying, presses a forefinger against the wing of his nose and ejects from the farther nostril a long liquid jet of snot. Shouldering the lamp, he staggers away through the crowd with his flaring cresset. Snakes of river fog creep slowly from drains, clefts, cesspools. Middens arise on all sides, stagnant fumes. A glow leaps in the south beyond the seaward reaches of the river. The Navy, staggering forward, cleaves the crowd and lurches towards the trans-siding. On the farther side of the railway bridge, Bloom appears, flushed, panting, cramming bread and chocolate into a side pocket. Why is he, like, jogging down the street just trying to stuff chocolate down his pockets? From
Drunk.
Gillen's hairdresser's window, a composite portrait shows him gallant Nelson's image. A concave mirror at the side presents to him lovelorn, long-lost lugabrew Bulu whom. Okay, hang on, I gotta go to the annotations for this one. That's gotta mean something, right? No? There's nothing?
There's nothing.
You can't just say long lost Lugabrew Boolahum and not tell me what a Boolahum is. Grave
Sorry,
Gladstone
folks.
sees him level, bloom for bloom. He passes, struck by the stare of truculent Wellington, but in the convex mirror grin unstruck the Bonham eyes and fat Chuck Fat Chuck cheek chops. Oh, that's a tongue twister. Fat Chuck cheek chops of Jolly Poldy, the
Rick's Dick's Doldy.
Hang on.
Did it.
I'm gonna tweet out this epic quote. The Fat Chuck cheek chops fat cheek chops of Jolly Poldy. The Rick Sticks.
Putting that high-powered gamer keyboard to work.
Rick Sticks. The oldie. Alright. That'll teach people to follow me on Twitter. At Antonio Pabayotti's door, Bloom halts, sweated under the bright arc lamp. He disappears. In a moment, he reappears and hurries on. Fish and taters. Ah?
Mm-hmm.
You're taking Bloom.
I mean, I am Bloom, so.
Fair enough.
Yeah, kind of.
He disappears
Completely reasonable.
into. I'm gonna end up reading for like 10 pages straight as he monologues, aren't I? I might.
Yeah, do you want?
I might
do you want me
pass
to
out
take
and
over
die.
The non-text.
Yeah. You want to take over the action here for me?
Yeah. He disappears into Allhausen's The Pork Butchers under the downcoming roll shutter. A few moments later, he emerges from under the shutter, puffing Poldy, blowing blue. In each hand, he holds a parcel, one containing a lukewarm pig's cru bean, the other a cold sheep's trotter sprinkled with whole pepper. He gasps, standing upright. Then bending to one side, he presses the parcel against his ribs and groans.
Stitch in my side. Why did I run?
He takes breath with care and goes forward slowly towards the lamp-set siding. The glow leaps again.
What is that? A flasher? Searchlight.
He stands at Cormac's corner, watching.
Aurora Borealis? or a steel or a steel foundry? Ah, the brigade. Of course. South side, anyhow. Big Blaze. Might be his house. Beggar's Bush. We're safe, he hums cheerfully. London's
Aurora
burning.
Borealis?
London's burning. On fire. On fire. He catches sight of the navvy lurching through the crowd at the further side of the Talbot Street. Oh, miss him. Run. Quick. Better cross here.
Darts across the road. The urchin shout, mind out, mister. They're in New York now. Two cyclists with lighted paper lanterns a swing swim by him, grazing him, their bells rattling. The bells.
Bloom. Halts erect. Stung by a spasm. Ow.
He looks round, darts forward suddenly. Through rising fog, a dragon sandstorm, traveling at caution, slews heavily down upon him, its huge red headlight winking, its trolley hissing on the wire. The motorman bangs his foot gong. The gong goes, bang! Brake cracks violently. Boom, raising a policeman's white-gloved hand, blunders stiff like it out of the track. The motorman, thrown forward, pug-nosed, on the guide wheel, yells as he slides over the chains and keys. Hey, shit breaches, are you doing the hat trick?
So I'm imagining this is like a school play, right? And they got the one kid who's just dressed up as a fucking gong. And his one line is to go bang, bang, bang. And his parents clap in the front row. Good job, Timmy. Hey, shit breaches. What do they mean by hat trick?
Oh, I can tell you. The hat trick describes an Irishman covering a turd on the street with his hat. He tells the policeman it's a bird, and when he goes off for help, he asks the policeman to stand guard in the meantime. It's a way to hilariously prank the police. then you just leave, and then the policeman looks up and he looks like he's been guarding a pile of shit.
Why would they guard a bird?
Pigeon. Passenger pigeon.
What?
Carrier pigeon.
Oh, carrier pigeon.
Yeah. The annotation just says bird, but I'm assuming it's either carrier pigeon or like a pet bird.
Well, no one's
That-
just gonna. No one's gonna see a fucking like pidge sky rat, right? If it's just some fucking I don't know pigeon or grackle or whatever, right? Like no one cares.
In the park.
But if it's actually a nice bird,
Nice bird.
Equal to nice boat, nice bird.
but like okay, so
Somebody gets
I get that the hat trick is an epic prank where
Yeah.
hang on, I
The
got
nice bird thing did actually become real
Um,
as a parody of Nice Boat.
good. Yeah.
Thanks to interspecies reviewers.
I got Cajun pistachio dust in my eye.
Good job.
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
oh, it
while he's
burns.
cleaning that out.
Oh, I'm dying.
Uh,
Hang on, I'm gonna go
the
run to the
reason-
bathroom and
yeah, while
splash
he's doing
some
that,
water on it.
I'll read off some annotations here. The reason he calls him he's doing the hat trick because that type of tram card, the sand shrew, it's not just Joyce deciding that we're all of a sudden in like Waterdeep and we're in a fantasy setting. No, that's just what they called like the late night train that went through and cleaned all the shit off the tracks. And since because this is set in 1904, this is literal poop. So he's harassing him with like, "Hey, are you pooping on the tram track? You fucking asshole." He's doing some top bants here in the cities at midnight while everyone's drunk. And fog is appearing and whores are smacking babies or whatever. It's a great time. Should I see if there's anything else here worth mentioning?
All right, I'm back. I'm okay. Sorry, I got fucking
you're not
chili
dead?
powder in my eye.
Yes, don't do that.
So, okay, I understand what the hat trick is now,
Yes.
but like, why is the motor man going, "Hey, shit breeches, are you doing the hat
explain
trick?"
that, we can move on. I explained that when you were in the bathroom, we can move on.
But I want to know.
You can watch the VOD.
How could you do this to me?
Bloom trick leaps to the curbstone and halts again. He brushes the mud flake from his cheek with a parcelled hand.
No thoroughfare. Clothes, shave, that but cured the stitch. Must take up Sandoz exercises again. On the hands down. Insure against street accident, too. The providential. I like how he speaks the exact same way that he talks. Or, that he thinks. He talks the same... Yes, he speaks the same way that he talks. But he also talks the same way that he thinks. Just like absolute nonsense stream of consciousness. Poor mama's panacea. Heel easily catch in track or bootlace in a cog. Day, the wheel of the Black Maria peeled off my shoe at Leonard's corner. Third time's the charm. Shoe trick. Insolent. Wait, is the shoe trick where you put shit in the shoe and you get the policeman to guard it?
Nah, I
Darn.
think he's just losing it.
Shoe
He's just-
trick.
he's
Insolent driver, I ought to report him. Tension makes them nervous. Might be the fellow balked me this morning with that horsey woman. Same style of beauty. Quick of him all the same. The stiff walk. True words spoken in jest. That awful cramp in Lad Lane. Something poisonous I ate. Emblem of luck. Why? Probably lost cattle. Mark of the beast. He closes his eyes an instant. Bit light in the head. Monthly or effect of the other. Brain fog. What? Bloom having an
Good.
epic gamer moment as he pants down the street.
I think he's just lightheaded from trying to run while drunk. Don't do
Is he
that.
drunk? I thought he didn't drink. I thought he
Got
specifically
got drunk off fumes.
he goes to bars and just hangs out without ever ordering a drink. I'm pretty sure it's just because he eats nothing but like red
Organs.
meat. Yeah,
He just has every prion disease.
yeah, all of them. But the good news is that the prions
Oh.
keep misfolding each other.
No, like that. His brain is he's so fucking stupid that there's nothing in his brain to
It's-
be
it's
folded
all
into
prion.
prions. There's nothing for it to damage.
That tired
Like,
feeling. Too much for me now. Ow.
A sinister figure leans on plated legs against Oberon's visage injected with dark mercury. From under a wide-leaved sombrero, the figure regards him with evil eye.
Buenas noches, Senorita Blanca. Que calle es esta?
Password: Sarin Babat.
Haha. Mercy. Esperanto. Slan Leith. Gaelic League spy sent by that fire eater.
He steps forward. A sack-shouldered ragman bars his path. He steps left. Ragman left.
What a weird exchange. Do the annotations say anything about that?
Yes.
What, the password
Yeah.
You know, they don't say much about the password thing. They do talk about why they have dark mercury, and that mercury was used to treat syphilis. They would just pour mercury on your syphilitic sores and be like, "You're good. You're good. That'll do
Did
it."
that actually help?
No, and in particular, this would actually make you much sicker. And so, if you had lots of dark mercury about you, it would imply that you had widespread venereal infection.
Got it.
It kept you from dying from syphilis by instead making you die from mercury.
Yeah, and then just translate to the Spanish.
Love me some
they
heavy
speak a
metal
little Irish.
poisoning.
Yeah, no, the whole password thing, nothing.
Yeah. I beg you. He swerves, sidles, step aside, slips past and on. He's doing like a sick juke. Like a fucking football
Trying
player.
to get past this person.
Yeah. Keep to the right, right, right. If there was a signpost planted by the touring club at Stepaside, who procured that public boon? I, who lost my way and contributed to the columns of the Irish Cyclist, the letter headed, "In darkest Stepaside." Keep to the right. Rags and bones at midnight. Offense, more likely. First place murderer makes for. Wash off his sins of the world. Jackie Caffrey,
Caffrey.
hunted by Tommy Caffrey, runs full tilt against Bloom. Oh! Oof.
Drops the piece of toast in his mouth.
Those damn So they did take the twins to the whorehouse. It really do be like that. Well, not to the whorehouse, but like
Or through the red light
yeah,
district.
past the whorehouse at least. Shocked, on weak hams, he halts. Tommy and Jackie vanish there. Bloom pats with parceled hands, watch, fob pocket, book pocket, purse pocket, sweets of sin, potato soap. Beware of pickpockets. Old thieves dodge, collide, then snatch your purse. Okay, those are like 4-year-olds.
Yeah, and you can never be too careful.
Damn, they learn young, huh?
Yeah.
The retriever approaches sniffing, nose to the ground. A sprawled form sneezes. A stooped, bearded figure appears, garbed in the long caftan of an elder in Zion. Oh boy, we're elders of Zion now. And a smoking cap with magenta tassels. Horn spectacles hang down at the wings of the nose. Yellow poison streaks are on the drawn face.
Nick, you want to be Rudolph or should I?
I guess it's you.
Alright, second half crown waste money today. I told you not to go with drunken goy ever. Is that goy as in goyim?
Goyim is the plural of goy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, goy is the singular.
So you catch no money.
Hides the crewbean and trotter behind his back, and, crestfallen, feels warm and cold feet meet. Ja, ich weiß, Papachi.
What?
He's speaking German.
Why is he
To
speaking
the-
German?
Because most of the Jews would have been from Germany.
But he's from... Where is he from? Austria?
He's from Austria.
Yeah.
His dad's Austrian. They spoke German, and Austria was part of the German Empire at the time.
Oh, yeah.
So, close
They do
enough.
speak German in
You
Austria,
make
don't
it
they?
down this place. Have you no soul? Feeble vulture talents, he feels a silent face of Bloom. Wait, oh, he's just like grabbing his face?
Yeah.
Are you not my son, Leopold, the grandson of Leopold? Are you not my dear son, Leopold, who left the house of his father and left the God of his fathers, Abraham and Jacob?
I suppose so, father. Mosenthal, all that's left of him.
Really? One night they bring you home drunk as dog after you spend your good money. What you call them running chaps?
In youth's smart
You-
blue Oxford suit, with white vest slips, narrow-shouldered in brown alpine hat, wearing gents sterling silver Waterbury keyless watch. What is this, fucking product placement ad? and double curb Albert with seal attached, one side of him coated with stiffening mud. Harriers, father, only that once.
Once, mud head to foot. Cut your hand open, lockjaw. They make you kaput. Leopold and Ben, you watch them chaps.
They challenged me to a sprint. It was muddy. I slipped.
Goyim Natchez?
Who knows?
Yiddish.
If it's not English, you can just make it up.
Nice spectacles for your poor mother.
Mama.
Nick,
He's twigging out in the street.
Yeah,
that's
so
why.
is he having a flashback? What?
No, he's having a break.
Is Rudolph
Um,
actually his dad?
Nick, are you there? Nick, you there?
Nick,
Hello?
Nick?
rest in
My
peace.
God, he's
Nick?
dead.
Nick?
I don't remember what Leopold's dad's name was, but I don't think it was Rudolph.
No, I think Rudolph. I think he is talking to his grandfather's ghost, or at least thinking about it.
Grandfather, right.
Yeah.
And then Ellen
Which
Bloom, I
explains the
guess, is
German
his
and the
mom.
Yiddish. And pantomime dame stringed mobcap, widow Twanky's crinoline and bustle, blouse with mutton leg sleeves buttoned behind, gray mittens and cameo brooch, her plaited hair in a crispine net, appears over the staircase banisters, a slanted candlestick in her hand, and cries out in shrill alarm, "Oh, blessed Redeemer, what have they done to him? My smelling salts!" She hauls up a reef of skirt and ransacks the pouch of her striped blay petticoat. Well, that's going to be fun to read. All right. A Phi and Agnes Dei, I shrivel potato, and a celluloid doll fall out. Sacred Heart of Mary, where were you all? Where were you at all?
Bloom, mumbling, his eyes downcast, begins to bestow his parcels in his filled pockets, but desists, muttering,
Baldy!
"Who? At your service." He looks up.
He looks up.
Go ahead.
Besides her mirage of date palms, a handsome woman in Turkish costume stands before him. Opulent curves fill out her scarlet trousers and jacket, slashed with gold. A wide yellow cummerbund girdles her. A wide yashmak, violet in the night, covers her face, leaving free only her large dark eyes and raven hair.
Molly.
Mrs. Marion from this out, my dear man. When you speak to me, has poor little hubby cold feet waiting so long?
No, not the least little bit. He breathes in deep agitation, swallowing gulps of air, questions, hopes, crew beans for her supper, things to tell her, excuse, desire, spellbound. A coin gleams on her forehead. On her feet are jeweled toe rings. Her ankles are lined by a slender fetter chain. Beside her a camel, hooded with a turreting turban, waits. A silk ladder of innumerable rungs climbs to his bobbing howdah. He ambles near with disgruntled hindquarters. Fiercely she slaps his haunch, her gold curb wrist bangles angrily scolding him in Moorish. Isn't Marion, like, Spanish?
Yes, but from the south of Spain. Or the
No,
more...
bro-
Ah, like the...
Femininium.
I mean, South Spain is basically North Africa.
Femin...
So.
Femin...
Feminine.
She is Spanish. Bloom has just transitioned from having like a sad inner sad, I would say daydreaming. It's the middle of the night, so he's having I guess it's a waking nightmare now.
Yeah, waking nightmare.
He's moved from having a waking nightmare involving grandfather, his dead father, and his disappointed mother, to having a sexy one with his wife.
Waking wet dream.
A waking wet dream. But he's like, it's like, if you want your wife, just go home, man.
The camel,
but
lifting a foreleg, plucks from a tree a large mango fruit. Huh? What?
Oh god,
This is
the
getting
camel-
Offers
real.
it to his
the camel
mistress,
has been
blinking
anthropomorphized.
in his cloven hoof. Then droops his head and, grunting with uplift neck, fumbles to kneel. Bloom stoops his back for leapfrog. I can give you, as your business manager, Mrs. Marion, if you...
So you notice some change. Her hands passing slowly over her trinketed stomacher, a slow, friendly mockery in her eyes. Oh, Poldy, you are a poor old stick in the mud. Go and see life. See the wide world.
I was just going back for that lotion, white wax, orange flower, water. Shop closes early on Thursday. But the first thing in the morning. He pats Diver's pockets. This moving kidney. Ah! He points to the south, then to the east. A cake of new clean lemon soap arises, diffusing light and perfume. What?
We're a capital couple, our bloomin' eye. He brightens the earth, I polish the sky.
What the fuck is happening?
Believe it or not, there is a reference.
There's a
here.
reference? Of course there's a reference. Alright,
Yes.
lay it on me. What's the reference?
There's a question mark at the end of this, but the research suggests that this is a parody of the slogan used to advertise the soap.
I see.
I see.
But, like, why?
But broadly, the sort of structure is referencing a thing called the Temptation of Saint Anthony, which is again the sort of literature, old-timey literature, where like a saint is tempted by a demon, and sort of the demon shows him all these real and awful things, and like the dream space is like temptation.
But it's soap.
But like the broad structure of this play.
Oh, okay. The
I think
thing
where it's like-
with the visions, right?
The visions, yeah, the visions of madness, of shifting between like bad things and good things as like the demon tries to tempt him.
So, basically, like,
I
the...
don't know, Persona. Fuck if I know.
What's the thing, what with the ghosts of Christmas past?
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah. Christmas.
Was that Christmas Carol? Yeah.
A Christmas Carol. Yeah, that sort of same vibe.
Got it. I'm more familiar with that one than I am with any saint
Yeah,
whatever's is.
Than literature about the temptation of saints.
Okay. But in this case, the temptation is enjoying Christmas.
Sure.
The freckled
Yeah,
face of Sweeney, the druggist, appears in the disc of the soap sun. 3 and a penny, please. Yes, for my wife, Mrs. Marion. Special recipe.
Holy.
How can you say softly and then put an exclamation mark at the end?
I was a bit confused about that.
He's trolling.
Yes,
He's doing-
ma'am.
Ti trema un poco il cuore.
What?
Or, in disdain, she saunters away, plump as a pampered pouter pigeon, humming the duet from Don Giovanni. Are you sure about that, Voglio? I mean, the pronunciation. He follows, followed by the sniffing terrier. The elderly bod seizes his sleeve, the bristles of her chin mole glittering. Oh, God.
Ew.
10 shillings a maidenhead. Fresh thing was never touched 15. There's no one in her, only her old father's dead.
She points in the gap of her dark den. Furtive,
Yeah.
rain bedraggled, Bridie Kelly stands. Hatch Street, any good in your
Any good?
mind?
No.
With a squeak, she flaps her bat shawl and runs. A burly Ruff pursues with booted strides. He stumbles on the steps, recovers, plunging into gloom. Weak squeaks of laughter are heard, weaker.
He's getting his pleasure. You won't get a virgin in the flash houses. 10 shillings. Won't be all night before the Paula's in plains close. He's a 67's up.
What does 67 mean?
I assume that's a badge number for a
Huh,
cop.
gotcha.
The polies in plain clothes would be your plain clothes officer.
Right, yeah, I figured that out. Leering, Gertie
The Vice
McDowell limps forward. She draws from behind, ogling.
Oh, Gertie's back? Hell yeah.
Her shows, coyly, her bloodied clout. With all my worldly goods,
Clout.
I thee and thou. You did that. I hate you. I? When? You're dreaming. I never saw you.
Leave the gentleman alone, you cheat. Writing the gentleman false letters. Straight walking and soliciting. Better for your mother to take the strap to you at the bedpost, hussy like you.
When you saw all the secrets of my bottom drawer. She paws his sleeve, slobbering. Dirty married man, I love you for doing that to me. She glides away crookedly. Mrs. Breen in man's frieze overcoat with loose bellows pockets stands in the causeway, her roguish eyes wide open, smiling in all her herbivorous buck teeth.
God, there's some.
Mr. Madam, when we last had this pleasure by letter dated the 16th instant.
Mr. Bloom, you down here in haunts of sin, I caught you nicely. Scat.
Not so loud, my name. Whatever do you think of me? Don't give me away. Walls have ears. How do you do? It's ages since You're looking splendid. Absolutely it. Seasonable weather we are having this time of year. Black refracts heat. It's a throwback to like
And
chapter
here comes
5 or
Joker.
6, I think. Short cut home here. Interesting quarter. Rescue of fallen women. Magdalene Asylum. I am the secretary.
Now don't tell a big fib. I know someone won't like that. Oh, just wait till I see Molly. Account for yourself this minute, or woe betide you.
Just a minute. Looks behind. She often said she'd like to visit. Slumming. The exotic, you see. Negro servants
boy.
in livery, too, if she had money. Othello, black brute. Eugene Stretton. Even the bones and corner man at the Livermore. Christie's? Bohee
the
brothers.
Christie Minstrels.
Sweep for
Oh,
that
the-
matter. Tom and Sam Bohee, colored coons in white duck suits. Oh, wait, am I allowed to say that word?
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Certainly not in this context, considering how this paragraph ends.
Man. I forgot to get my N-word pass from Jerry.
Quick ping in, Jerry.
Alright, hang on.
Because we're singing minstrel songs. Yeah, the Bohee brothers are minstrels. It's an Irish minstrel show. And considering the reference to Othello, who was one of the like 2 black characters in all of Shakespeare, it's a very sad story. But yeah, it's lots. The theory why Iago breaks up Othello and Desdemona is that he considers Othello an animal, and that so his love for Desdemona is not pure, unlike his. Which is why he machinates for like 5 acts to torture these people into gaslighting each other into thinking they hate each other and killing each other. It's cool stuff. Good stuff.
Alright, I haven't gotten a response from Jerry, unfortunately. Scarlet socks. Upstarched Sambo chokers and large scarlet asters in their buttonholes leap out. Each has his banjo slung. Their paler, smaller negroid hands.
Jesus
Do
Christ.
black people have small hands? Is that a thing? I've never
Just go-
noticed.
Let's get past here.
Jingle the twing twang wires, flashing white Kaffir eyes and tusks. They rattle through a breakdown in clumsy clogs, twinging, singing back to back, toe, heel, toe, with smack fat clacking lips. There's someone in the house with.
Someone in the house with
Oh, this is an actual song.
It's a duo.
I know this
Yeah,
one.
Someone in the house
it's a
I
minstrel song.
know. There's someone in the house with Dinah.
Playing on the old
banjo.
banjo. They whisk black masks from raw babby faces, then chuckling, chortling, trumming, twanging, they diddle diddle cakewalk dance away. Why did they
A
just
little frivol, shall we, if you are so inclined? Would you like me to perhaps embrace you for just a fraction of a second?
Why are they bringing out the minstrels? What's going on?
Oh, sorry, that's not my part.
You're Mrs. Breen, right? A little
Yeah.
frivol, shall we, if you are so inclined. Would you like me, perhaps, to embrace you just for a fraction of a second?
You rock! You ought to see yourself.
For old sake. I only meant a square party, a mixed marriage mingling of our different little conjugials.
Conjugals.
But it's got an I.
Yeah,
Conjugials. You know I had a soft corner for you. 'Twas I sent you that
Oh,
valentine of the dear gazelle.
Glory Alice, do you look a holy show? Killing simply.
She puts out her hand inquisitively.
What are you hiding behind your back? Tell us, there's a dear.
Isn't he hiding, like, a bag of kidneys behind his back?
I
Some
think so.
weird organs.
Seizes her
Whatever you-
wrist with
whatever you
his
get out
free
of it.
hand. Josie Powell, that was, prettiest Deb in Dublin. How time flies by. Do you remember, harking back in a retrospective arrangement, old Christmas night, Georgina Simpson's housewarming while they were playing the Irving Bishop game? Finding the pin, blindfold, and thought treading? Subject, what is in this snuff box?
The Lion of the Night with your serio-comic recitation, and you looked the part. You were always a favorite with the ladies.
So is he having like
I don't believe
a
that for a second.
flashback to the time he was cool at a party? Is that what's going on here? Squire of Dames in dinner jacket with watered silk facings, blue Masonic badge in his buttonhole, black bow and mother of pearl studs, a prismatic champagne glass tilted in his hand. Ladies and gentlemen,
think he was
I
ever
give you
cool.
Ireland, home and beauty.
I think we're in another
The
fantasy
dead
sequence.
days beyond recall. Love's old sweet song.
Meaningfully dropping his voice. I confess, I'm teapot with curiosity to find out whether some person something is a little teapot at present.
Tremendously teapot. London's teapot, and I'm simply teapot all over me. She rubs sides with him. After the parlor mystery games and the crackers from the tree, we sat on the staircase ottoman, under the mistletoe, too is company.
Wearing a purple Napoleon hat with an amber half moon, his fingers and thumb passing slowly down to her soft, moist, meaty palm. It's not the word I expected that phrase to end with. Which she surrenders gently. The witching hour of night. I took the splinter out of his hand, carefully, slowly, tenderly, as he slips on her finger a ruby ring. La si darem la mano.
In a one-piece evening frock executed in moonlight blue, a tinsel's sylph, diadem on her brow with her
Dance card?
Dance card. Fallen beside her moon blue satin slipper, curves her palm softly, breathing quickly. Volgio in nom. You're hot. You're scalding. The left hand nearest the heart.
Is Mrs. Breen the husband of the crazy guy with the UP up postcard? I'm pretty sure she is.
I think
right?
so. Yeah, and what they're doing is they're doing parlor games, which is how you entertain yourself in the Victorian time before the internet. You just did dumb shit in the parlor.
When you made your present choice, they said it was Beauty and the Beast. I can never forgive you for that. He clenched his clenched fist at his brow. Think what it means. All you meant to be then. Woman, it's breaking me.
Dennis Breen, white tall-hatted with Wisdom Healy sandwich board, shuffles past them in carpet slippers, his dull beard thrust out, muttering to right and left. Little Alf Bergen, cloaked in the pall of the ace of spades, dogs him to left and right, doubled in laughter. You
Pop,
pee!
pop.
Oh, it is.
Hi, Jinx below stairs. She gives him the glad eye. Why didn't you kiss the spot to make it well? You wanted to.
Molly's best friend. Could you?
Her purpley, pulpy
Oh,
tongue what the fuck?
oh,
Between her lips offers a pigeon kiss.
Christ.
What does that mean? The answer is a lemon. Have you a little present for me there?
Offhandedly.
Victorian lemon
Kosher.
party. All right.
Oh god.
A snack for supper. The home without potted meat is incomplete. Huh? I was at Leia.
She's
Mrs.
true.
Bandman Palmer. Trenchant exponent of Shakespeare. Unfortunately threw away the program. Rattling good place round there for pig's feet, feel. Richie Goulding. Three
Richard
ladies'
Goulding,
hats.
3 ladies' hats pinned on his head, appears weighted to one side by the black legal bag of collicin ward on which a skull and crossbones are painted in white lime wash. He opens it and shows it full of polonies, peppered herrings, fin-don hatties, and tight-packed fiddle.
Best value in dub.
Bald Pat, bothered beetle, stands on the curbstone, holding his napkin, waiting to wait. And he advances with a tilted dish of spilling gravy. Steak and kidney, bottle of lager, hee hee hee. Wait till I wait.
Good God, I never ate in all. With hanging head, he marches doggedly forward. The navvy, lurching by, gores him with his flaming pronghorn.
Jesus.
Ah!
With
Headlights!
with a cry of pain, his hand to his back. Ah! Bright lights.
In stereo.
Oints to the navvy. Oints?
Yeah,
A, a spy. Don't attract attention. I hate stupid crowds. I am not on pleasure bent. I am in a grave predicament. Oh man, he's rhyming now.
Humbugging and deleuthering as per usual with your cock and bull story.
Lads.
I want to tell you a little secret about how I came to be here. But you must never tell, not even Molly. I have a most particular reason.
Oh, not for worlds.
Let's walk on, shall us?
Let's.
The bod makes an unheeded sign. Bloom walks on with Mrs. Breen. The terrier follows, whining piteously, wagging his tail. Jewman's melt!
In an oatmeal sporting suit, a sprig of woodbine in the lapel, Tony buff shirt, shepherd's plaid St. Andrew's cross scarf tie, white spats, fawn dustcoat on his arm, tawny red brogues, field glasses in bandolier, and a gray billycock hat. Do you remember a long, long time, years and years ago, just after Millie, Marionette we called her, was weaned, when we all went together to Fairy House races, was it?
In smart Saks tailor-made white velours hat and spider veil, Leopardstown.
I mean Leopardstown, and Molly won 7 shillings on a 3-year-old
Leopardstown.
named Nevertell, and coming home along by Fox Rock in that old 5-seater. Shanderadan of a wagonette you were. Does wagonette just mean, like, has a fat ass?
I think it's just a small wagon.
I'm gonna assume it means has a fat ass.
You know what? This chapter's horny enough
This is the whorehouse chapter, so...
Yeah, I think this chapter comes live to us from Twin Peaks because of all the weird sexual energy, but that is strangely chaste. Fucking weird. I am confusion.
You were in your heyday then, and you had on that new hat of white velours with a surround of mole fur that Mrs. Hayes advised you to buy because it was marked down to 19 and 11. A bit of wire and an old rag of velveteen, and I'll lay you what you like she did it on purpose.
She did, of course, the cat. Don't tell me, nice advisor.
Because it didn't suit you 1/4 as well as the other ducky little Tammy Toke with the bird of paradise wing in it that I admired on you, and you honestly looked just too fetching in it. Thought it was a pity to kill it. You cruel, naughty creature. Little mite of a thing with a heart the size of a full stop.
Squeezes his arm, simpers. Naughty cruel I was.
Lo, secretly, ever more rapidly, and Molly was eating a sandwich of spiced beef out of Mrs. Joe Gallagher's lunch basket. Frankly, though she had her advisers or admirers, I never cared much for her style. She was...
Two.
Yes, and Molly was laughing because Rogers and Maggot O'Reilly were miming a cock as we passed a farmhouse, and Marcus Tertius Moses, the tea merchant, drove past us in a gig with his daughter. Dancer Moses was her name, and the poodle in her lap, bridled up, and you asked me if I ever heard or read or knew or came across...
Yes.
He fades from his side. Followed by the whining dog, he walks on towards Hell's Gates. In an archway, a standing woman, bent forward, her feet apart, Mrs. Cowley. Outside a shuttered pub, a bunch of loiterers listen to a tale which their broken-snouted gaffer rasps out with raucous humor. An armless pair of them flop wrestling, growling, in maimed, sodden play fight.
Nick, you want to take this one?
Which one?
The Gaffer?
The Gaffer.
We're
The
on page
Gaffer.
810.
Okay, there we are. And when Cairns came down from the scaffolding in Beaver Street, what he was after doing it into the bucket of porter that was there waiting on the
One
shavings
ever
for
been as far.
Derwin's plasterers.
Oh, Jays!
Their paint-speckled hats wag, Spattered with size and lime of their lodges, they frisk limblessly about him. Coincidence, too, they think it funny. Anything but that. Broad daylight. Trying to walk. Lucky no woman. I think Brandon, this is you.
Jays, that's a good one. Globber salt. Oh, Jays into the men's party.
Bloom passes. Cheap whores, singly. Coupled, shawled, disheveled. Call from lanes, doors, corners.
Are you going far, queer fellow? How's your middle leg? Got a match on you? Come here till I stiffen it for you.
He plodges through their sump towards the lighted street beyond. From a bulge of window curtains, a gramophone rears a battered brazen trunk. In the shadow, a she-bean keeper haggles with the navvy and the two redcoats. Which one of us was navvy?
Where's the bloody
Actually,
house?
this is the first line that the navvies actually had, despite being here the entire time.
Powerful.
Excellent belching,
Burn
Andrew.
Street. Shilling a bottle of stout. Respectable woman.
Gripping two red coats, staggers forward with them. Come on, you British Army!
Behind his back. He ain't half balmy.
What? Who?
Portobello Barracks Canteen. You ask for car. Just car.
We are the boys of Wexford.
Say, what price the sergeant made?
Bennett? He's my pal. I love old Bennett.
The Gowling Chin.
Chain.
Oh, chain. The Gowling Chain. And free our native land!
He staggers forward, dragging them with him. Bloom stops at fault. The dog approaches, his tongue outlolling, panting.
Wild goose chase this. Disorderly houses. Lord knows where they are gone. Drunks cover distance double quick. Nice mix-up. Seen at Westland Row. Then jump in first class with third ticket. Then too far. Train with engine behind. Might have taken me to Malahide or a siding for the night or collision. Second drink, does it? Once is a dose. What am I following him for? Still, he's the best of that lot. If I hadn't heard about Mrs. Beaufoy Purefoy, I wouldn't have gone and wouldn't have met. Kismet. He'll lose that cash. Relieving officer here. Good biz for cheapjacks. Organs. What do you lack? Soon got, soon gone. Might have lost my life, too, with that man-gone wheel-track trolley glare juggernaut, only for presence of mind. Can't always save you, though. If I had passed Truelock's window that day, 2 minutes later would have been shot. Absence of body. Still, if bullet only went through my coat, get damages for shock, 500 pounds. What was he? Kildare Street Club toff. God help his gamekeeper. He gazes ahead, reading on the wall, a scrawled chalk legend, wet dream, and a phallic design. Odd. Molly drawing on the frosted carriage pane at Kingstown. What's that like? Gaudy doll women loll in the lighted doorways. In window embrasures, smoking bird's eye cigarettes. The odor of the sick sweet weed floats towards him in the slow round ovaling wreaths.
The reefs. Sweet are the sweets, sweets of sin.
My spine's a bit limp. Go or turn, and this food, eat it and get all pigs sticky. Absurd I am. Waste of money. 1 and 8 pence too much. The retriever drives a cold sniveling muzzle against his hand, wagging his tail. Strange how they take to me, even that brute today. Better speak to him first. Like women, they like rencontres. Stinks like a polecat. Chacun son gout. He might be mad. Dog days. Uncertain in his movements. Good fellow. Fido. Good fellow. Gary Owen. The wolf dog sprawls on his back, wriggling obscenely with begging paws, his long black tongue lolling out. Influence of his surroundings. Give and have done with it. Provided nobody. Calling encouraging words, he shambles back with a furtive poacher's tread. Dogged by the setter into a dark, stale, stunk corner. He unrolls one parcel and goes to dump the crew beans softly, but holds back and feels the trotter. Sizable for 3p, but then I have it in my left hand. Calls for more effort. Why? Smaller from want of use. Oh, let it slide, 2 and 6. With regret, he lets the unrolled crew bean and trotter slide. The mastiff mauls the bundle clumsily and gluts himself with growling greed, crunching the bones. 2 rain-capped watch approach, silent, vigilant, they murmur together.
Bloom, of bloom, for bloom, bloom.
Caught in the act. Commit no nuisance.
I am doing good to others. A covey of gulls.
Covey of gulls. Storm petrels rises hungrily from liffy slime with Banbury cakes in their breeks. Jesus Christ. No, the mic's just
I
sweating
think you
on
peaked your mic there.
Insert goal sounds here.
Concrete. Cake.
The friend of man, trained by kindness.
He points, Bob Doran, toppling from a high bar stool, sways over the munching spaniel.
Do we have a...
Hauser, give us the paw, give the paw. The bulldog growls, his scruff standing, a gobbet of pig's knuckle between his molars, in which rabid scum spittle dribbles. Bob Doran falls silently into an area.
Prevention of cruelty to animals.
A noble work! I scolded that tram driver on Harold's Cross Bridge for losing the poor horse with his harness scab. Bad French I got for my pains. Of course it was frosty in the last tram. All tales of circus life are highly demoralizing. Signor Maffei, passion pale, in lion tamer's costume with diamond studs in his shirt front, steps forward, holding a circus paper hoop, a curling carriage whip, and a revolver with which he covers the gorging boarhound.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my educated greyhound. It was I broke in the bucking bronco Ajax with my patent spiked saddle for carnivores, lashed under the belly with a knotted thong. Knotting in animals means a very different thing these days. Glad we're on the same page. We're all broken. Black tackle and strangling pulley will bring your lion to heel. No fractious. Even Leo Ferox there, the Libyan man-eater. A red-hot crowbar and some liminent rubbing on the burning part produced Fritz of Amsterdam, the thinking hyena. I possess the Indian sign. The glint of my eye does it with these breast sparklers. I now introduce Mademoiselle Ruby, the pride of the ring.
We're the first watch.
So he just beats with the burning crowbar this hyena until he says it's thinking.
All right, congratulations, Nick. You've been promoted the first watch.
Come, name and
I
address.
have forgotten for the moment. Yes. He takes off his high-grade hat, saluting. Dr. Bloom, Leopold, dental surgeon. You have heard of von Bloom Pasha, umpteen millions. Donnerwetter, owns half Austria. Egypt, cousin. So, if I recall, there was a dentist who actually was in Dublin at the time by the name of Bloom. But, it's not Leopold Bloom. He's not a dentist. He's an advertising man.
Yes.
Copywriter and the like. So,
Yeah.
dissociating a bit, I
Nick,
guess.
it's you again.
Yeah. Who hasn't?
Papers, please.
Nick, your line.
Proof.
A card falls from inside the leather headband of Bloom's hat. Oh no, the card! That's the card, if you've forgotten. That is the card from his sexy pen pal that he was hiding inside of his hat. In red fez, caddy's dress, coat with broad green sash, wearing a false band of the Legion of Honor, picks up the card hastily and offers it. Allow me. My club is the Junior Army. And Navy. Solicitors. Messrs. John Henry Menton, 27 Bachelor's Walk.
Henry Flower. No fixed abode, unlawfully watching and besetting.
An alibi. You are cautioned.
Produces from his heart pocket a crumpled yellow flower. This is the flower in question. It was given to me by a man. I don't know his name. You know that old joke, Rose of Castile? Bloom, the change of name. Virag. Wasn't Virag his dad's name?
Roll with it.
I think
man.
it was.
Look, he's rolling.
Oh no,
he's rolling
Virag,
persuasion.
right.
Get out of the
Virag
cops.
is, like, Czech or something like that for flower, which, like, was his ancestor's name. I remember that. I think that was from, like, chapter 10, 12, actually. Right. He murmurs privately and confidentially. We are engaged, you see, Sergeant. Lady in the case. Love entanglement. He shoulders the second watch gently. Dash it all. It's a way we gallants have in the Navy. Uniform that does it. He turns gravely to the first watch. Still, of course, you do get your Waterloo sometimes. Drop in some evening and have a glass of old Burgundy. To the second watch, gaily. I'll introduce you, Inspector. She's game. Do it in the shake of a lamb's tail.
A dark mercurialized face appears, leading a veiled figure. The dark Mercury. Yeah, go.
The castle is looking for him. He was drummed out of the army.
Who's Martha?
Who is Martha?
Where's Martha?
Alright, this is the first introduction of Martha. Thick veiled, a crimson halter round her neck, a copy of the Irish Times in her hand, in tone of reproach, pointing. Henry, Leopold, Lionel, thou lost one. Clear my name.
Nick?
Ah, yes. Come to the station.
Scared, hats himself, steps back, then, plucking at his heart and lifting his right forearm on the square. He gives the sign and due guard of fellowcraft. No, no, worshipful master, light of love, mistaken identity, the lion's mail. Le Cirque and Dubosc. You remember the child's fratricide case, we medical men. By striking him dead with a hatchet, I am wrongfully accused. Better one guilty escape than 99 wrongfully condemned.
Are you expecting someone else to take Martha?
Wait, was I Martha? Oh, I was Martha.
You were. Should Brandon take it because you have a bunch of lines?
No. I got it. I'm fine. Sobbing behind her veil. Breach of promise! My real name is Peggy Griffin. He wrote to me that he was miserable. I'll tell my brother, the Bective Rugger, fall back on you, heartless flirt. She's drunk. The woman is inebriated. Oh, wait. Whispering. She's drunk. The woman is inebriated. Shit, Broly. Wait, hold on. Is that supposed to be like Shibboleth? But
Yeah.
shit, Broly.
so.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
You ought to be thoroughly ashamed of yourself.
Gentlemen of the jury, let me explain. A pure mare's nest. I am a man misunderstood. I am being made a scapegoat of. I am a respectable married man without a stain on my character. I live in Eccles Street, my wife. I am the daughter of a most distinguished commander, a gallant, upstanding gentleman. What do you call him? Major General Brian Tweedy. What? No, you're not. One of Britain's fighting
No,
men
it's fine.
who helped to win our
Roll it.
battles.
He's having
Got
fun.
his majority for the heroic defense of Rorke's Drift. Nick.
Regiment?
The Royal Dublins, boys, the salt of the earth, known the world over. I think I see some old comrades in arms up there among you. The RDF, with her own Metropolitan Police, guardians of our homes, the pluckiest lads and the finest body of men as physique in the service of our sovereigns.
Turncoat, up the booers. Who booed Joe Chamberlain?
His hand on the shoulder of the first watch. My old dad, too, was a JP. I'm as staunch a Britisher as you are, sir. I fought with the colors for king and country in the absent-minded war under General Goff in the park and was disabled at Spion Kop and Blomfontein. Was mentioned in dispatches. I did all a white man could. Jim Bloodsoe. Hold her nozzle against the bank. Alright, he's completely losing it here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now he's been in the Boer Wars and in the Wars.
Nick.
Profession or trade?
Well, I follow a literary occupation, author-journalist. In fact, we are just bringing out a collection of prize stories of which I am the inventor, something that is an entirely new departure. I am connected with the British and Irish press. If you ring up... Miles Crawford strides out jerkily, a quill between his teeth. His scarlet beak blazes with the aureole of his straw hat. He dangles a hank of Spanish onions in one hand and holds with the other hand a telephone receiver nozzle to his ear?
I
Bizarre.
don't know, man. Annotations are not helping. At
You
all.
want to take Crawford?
Someone's got to be Crawford, someone's got to be Bufoy.
All right, I'll take Crawford. With this cock waddling. Yeah. What? Hello, 7784. Hello, Human's Urinal and Weekly Arswipe here. Paralyzer. You witch, blue bags. Who writes? Is it blue?
Mr. Philip Bufoy, pale-faced, stands in the witness box in accurate morning dress. Out breast pocket with peak of handkerchief showing, creased lavender trousers, and patent boots. He carries a large portfolio labeled Matcham's Masterstrokes.
No, you aren't. Is that a draw? What's a draw?
Depends on which accent you're going for. So I think a drawl. I think a southern drawl. But
Yeah. I highly doubt
I
that in this
associate it just with like
circumstance.
an accent that is like slow and draws out the vowels.
Not by a long shot if I
Excellent.
know it. I don't see it, that's all. No born gentleman, no one with the most rudimentary promptings of a gentleman would stoop to such particularly loathsome conduct. One of those, my lord. A plagiarist. A soapy sneak masquerading as literature. It's perfectly obvious that with the most inherent baseness, he has cribbed some of my best-selling copy. Really gorgeous stuff. A perfect gem. The love passages in which are beneath suspicion. The Bufoy books of love and great possessions, with which your lordship is doubtless familiar, are a household word throughout the kingdom.
Murmurs with hangdog meekness glum. That bit about the laughing witch hand in hand I take exception to, if I may.
His lip upcurled smiles, super
Superciliously?
word?
I have no idea what that means.
superciliously on the court. You funny ass, you! You're too beastly, awfully weird for words. I don't think you need over excessively discommodulate yourself in that regard. My literary agent, Mr. J.P. Pinker, is in attendance. I presume, my lord, we shall receive the usual witnesses' fees, shan't we? We are considerably out of pocket over this bally pressman Johnny, this jackdaw of rhymes, who has not even been to a university. Bloom.
It's a... University of Life. Bad art.
It's damnably foul lie, showing the moral rottenness of the man. He extends his portfolio. We have here damning evidence. The corpus
Delicti.
delicti. Corpus delicti. My lord, a specimen of my mature work disfigured by the hallmark of the beast.
A voice from the gallery. Moses, Moses, king of the Jews, wiped his arse in the Daily News.
What is happening?
I
What the fuck
don't
is
know.
happening?
Kangaroo
What
court.
the actual goddamn fuck
I'm
is
pretty
happening?
sure he's been like dragged into a court case for the murder of Childs, which was an infanticide case in which some baby got axe murdered, if I recall.
And of
Jeez.
course, because he's Jewish, he gets dragged in.
I suppose.
Yeah, that has to be what's. I don't know anymore.
Me neither.
Can we just call it here? Can we just leave him? Because this is a I guess a cliffhanger. Is this
Yeah,
a
we
cliffhanger?
could call it here.
Mid.
We've been going for
It's
yeah.
late.
All right. So
I like playing Buford Boy.
shit. I lost the page. What page are we on?
We're on
End of
the
821.
821.
All right.
What's going on?
I'm gonna just throw that in book club so
Please,
I don't forget. Yeah.
audience,
I don't
if you-
know what's going on.
Audience, if you exist, if you are watching this, what?
Yeah,
Please.
I'm pretty lost. I don't think it's supposed to make sense. Like, even insofar
No.
as, like, Ulysses just doesn't make sense.
Yes. But God in heaven, what is going on?
Oh, fuck.
Bloom
How
is,
fucking
as
long
we
is this
say, having a
chapter?
normal one.
He's having the most normal one ever. So we'll just leave it here, folks. We'll pick this up next week. Just take a good look at your hands. They are there. You're not dissociating. We are. We're
Alex,
doing
I'm
it for
currently
you.
scrolling through the rest of this chapter. I'm on page 930, and it's still going.
Still going?
A long boy.
It's just
Okay, that's enough talking for this week.
Uh,
Like, comment, subscribe.
or don't.
Trying to think. What? Follow us on Parlor. That's. Are there any other socials?
No. There are no other
confederate with
socials.
our node
IRC.
on Mastodon.
I
I think that's how Mastodon works, right?
don't.
All right, so this
Send us a
chapter
pigeon.
ends on
Page
page
989.
989.
Wow. Okay, this might be a three-parter. Exciting.
Okay. Well, if we do the math, we started on 787. We got
Mhm.
to 820.
820.
820
821.
minus 787. We did 33 pages.
Yes.
There are a grand total of 9. It's 9 ends on 989, right? Minus
Yes.
77. 202 pages. Divided by 33. That would be 6 episodes for this.
Oh, so
Christ.
we need to keep going then if we want to keep up the pace.
I think we just won't be able to do live readings for the entire thing. Although I am having fun with it. It is a good time.
Yes.
I
right,
do
so
want to
this
eventually
ends
move
this
on with
experiment.
my life.
We're gonna be sitting here at New Year's and still be the same fucking chapter.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we got to get this done before we break for the holidays because I'm not in family time to go read a book over the internet.
I'm gonna be with family next week. So
Good luck.
I-
Try not to die.
I will absolutely break family time to read a book over the internet.
Yeah. It just for especially if this goes into Christmas. I live in the middle of nowhere. Very bad internet.
Oh God.
Like.
Well, we can probably just go on
I don't-
hiatus if we have to. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we do a Christmas special. Oh God, have we stopped broadcasting? Did
No.
we stop
Should I?
broadcasting? Yes, please. Release me.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell.